Hello everyone, my name is John and this is RPGs and More. And in today's episode, I want to talk to you about an experience that I had recently when I was doing a solo game of the Prince Valiant storytelling game. For those of you who are not familiar with this game or haven't seen my previous videos on it, I will do a very brief summation of how the mechanics work. Pardon my cat. First, you have two ability scores, brawn and presence. Then you have a lot of skills, whether that is courtesy or arms or something else. Here is the cat. Look at the cat. The cat demands attention. Now, whenever you want to perform a skill, you take the relevant ability score, which is going to be a number between 1 and 6 typically, and then you take the number next to the skill that you want to pair with that ability score. Let's say you're going to slash with a sword, you would take arms plus brawn, add those two numbers together, and you'd probably get a number around, say, between 5 and 12. And then you would add in more numbers based on what kind of equipment you're equipped with, getting you a total number. And then that total number is the number of coins that you toss for that action. And then you count how many of those coins come up heads, and that determines how many successes you have. Okay? All right, moving on. So what I found interesting about the combat specifically is one of the ways that combat works in the Prince Valiant system. You can have two types of combat. You can have the simple combat, which is, two combatants toss coins for one round, and whoever, wins, gets more successes, wins the contest. And that is advised to be used for things like a non-lethal honor duel could do that, or a contest at a joust could be decided in that manner. Anything that is a quick clash is easy to run in that fashion. But if it's going to be a more drawn-out battle, a battle to the death, or a battle to the pain, if you will, then it's a contested or extended roll. Sorry, I think it's referred to as an extended roll. Anyway, how that works is both combatants, they toss their combat pool, and whoever gets more successes wins. And by the number of successes by which they won, so the number that is the difference between the winner and the loser, that's how many coins the loser loses out of their combat pool. And then the next round, the loser and the winner then square off again, assuming that nothing has changed. And then they toss coins again and see how that goes. Now, you can probably already tell, and this is something that I found out in combats very quickly, that your battles tended to be one-sided, because whoever got the first blow, whoever gained an advantage in coins, almost guaranteed to win every time. And in a sense, I guess I can kind of understand that, because the person who has more skill almost always guaranteed to win. Just, especially in melee combat situations, people with more skill tend to be the ones who win. So maybe that's a kind of, I won't call it realistic, but it's appropriate. But I didn't quite like that. I didn't quite like just how unbalanced it was. And I gave it another quick read through of the rules, because I have my nice rule book. And I read through it a little bit now. And I realized something interesting in the wording of the combat section. And that wording is, they talk about the number of coins granted by your weapons and your armor and your skill getting counted off first. And then any coins beyond that getting subtracted from your brawn. And it is when your brawn reaches 0 that your character has been defeated. But then I started to wonder, since they only specifically mention that coins are taken from brawn, maybe that means that every round you still have the coins from your skill and your equipment. So, excuse me, I'm yawning a lot today. But the example that they give in the text doesn't follow this mantra. They just combine everything together into one coin pool, and then they reduce from that one main coin pool. So I'm not sure if my second interpretation, what I just explained to you, is accurate, or if it really is supposed to be the one coin pool and they just kind of worded it a little awkwardly. Not sure. But I'm interested to try it out. And so I've been playing a solo game just to try the rules out. And I'm thinking that I'm going to turn my game into a story, since it's not actually set in the Prince of Valiant universe. So I'm not worried about that. And I've been using the storytelling game as kind of a vehicle in order to tell this story, to create an interesting plot, at the same time generating solo rules for it, so that it could be played solo by more than just me. And I think if I make my story, then I will include those rules with that story, or maybe I'll make a rule book for it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. This is spitballing right now, so let me know what you think is interesting. But otherwise, just fun information. So I wanted to just share that real quick because it was something that I thought was really interesting. Not something that I expected to encounter when I was going through these rules, because I thought I already understood it. And then I realized that maybe I didn't. And maybe, but now I had to decide, if was this a mistake was it a mistake? That's what I get for filming at midnight. All right. Anyway, that's all. Just wanted to share those thoughts. If you find that interesting, please let me know. If any of you have actually played this system in the past and want to share your experiences, I'd love to hear about it, because right now the only person that I've ever talked to that's really played it is me. And I'd love to hear more feedback. I know I've been on the Chaosium forums a little bit, but there's not a whole lot of chatter about this game, for decent reason. I mean, it hasn't been a Chaosium game for a long time, so I'm not too fussed about it. I'm not surprised. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. Before I end up digressing even more, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and peace be with you. Bye-bye.